Right, we're going all technical and clever a bit.
No. We don't do technical and clever. I do the clever bit. You might do the technical bit. You know what I mean?
Of course we do. Right, anyway, technically clever, and I'm going to go a bit producty pluggy, but for a reason.
Go on, Chip. Yeah, mate.
I mean,
It's got to be, yeah.
I don't like the producty pluggy thing. We do not do that.
Nope.
Something's happened, and it's like fixed something for me a little bit.
Love it.
In a way, and that is wafteries, because I hate wafters. Pretty much. I've
To be
never
fair,
been a fan of wafters.
You've never ever been a fan of wafters, ever in the whole wide world ever. You've not. No, you've not.
No, I agree. I've not, because I've not been a wafter for a lot. I've not been a wafter.
Cheeky.
God, that come out right. I've not liked wafters for a lot of the type of method feeder fishing. Behave yourself.
Sorry, mate.
Honest. Right.
Good. Go on, carry on. We're all right. I've composed myself now, Jay.
We're on it now, we sorted. Serious Andy, remember? Remember the video?
Yeah,
remember the
definitely.
video? Yeah. Serious
Well,
Andy
you're back,
now.
aren't you? Blooming hell. Yeah, go on.
Shut up. So wafter, for our type of method feeder fishing, pellet feeder fishing, like today, we're at Old Duff today on Big Macs, perfect example for lots of venues that we fish, Cudmore, Erenbucky, where it is lots of small mixed species on a method.
Yes, like that.
Where in order to fish a wafter, efficiently, you have to use a big lump of metal. You know what I mean? Big old hook to anchor your wafter in place over your method ball.
Because your issue was, when as soon as a fish comes into it, it's moving off down the side.
Yeah, it wants to separate from your bait all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't stay within your pile if you don't have the anchorage point of the hook to do so.
Nice.
Yeah? It's great when you're fishing in the right way. If you're going Barston, Boddington, big carpy, set and trap, great. If you can fish a size, ideally a 12 a big old lump of metal, great. But when you're catching F1s this big,
you don't want that.
It's just too much, innit? It wasn't right. So I couldn't use a wafter because of it. So I was losing out on them sucky-inny properties and all the sexiness that a wafter created. But they fixed it. Our boss Ian at Sonia Baits and Jakey as well, I've got to give them credit, come out with little diddy ones. Yeah, little diddy.
4 mils,
I think that the 4 millis, but they're smaller than, I mean, it's the usual size. Oh, they're not no. 4 millis, they're just micro wafters.
Oh, right, okay, I thought they were 4 millis.
Yeah, I do 4 millis, but they're not, they're actually a little bit smaller. But they create, in turn with some pellets I'm going to show you as well, again, massive fan of these I've become over the last few weeks.
Yes.
Now that things are just warming up, they allow me to use a wafter now with little diddy hooks. I mean, 18 medium gauge, 16 medium gauge.
Oh, I know,
hooks.
and you're massive for it, aren't you? But it's always been one of them for me. When I'm on feeder, sitting like hybrid or method, I just want to use big hooks. But I completely get what you're saying. Obviously,
Time
this
and a
time
place,
of year,
isn't there?
yeah, time and a place.
It's
but even for me, I wouldn't be confident using a small hook. But like having seen you fish, it's like proper and it's right, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's lots of things that have got to be right to be able to do it.
Yeah.
We'll babble about that when it comes to kit and rods and all that. But yeah, using little 4 milli wafters, it's the same place where you'd use like single maggoty, like Lindholm, Speedy's mega fit at Lindholm.
All right, yeah.
I mean, little hook, fish inhaling it by accident, little, I don't know how to explain it. It's pokey method feeder fishing, isn't it? Yeah. Intimate, nice, clever method feeder fishing.
Yeah. It's basically like
white takers is.
It is. That's come to it. Yeah,
that sort of
it's
same
like
type
you're
of
setting
venue.
your trap, like if you're on a mudline or something down the edge, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Dead
that's
simple.
it. What you do on pole. That's what you mean. A little pile of pellets, and you're getting this beautiful presentation now.
And it is proper.
It just looks sexy.
It looks
sexy.
amazing.
In turn with 1 milli pellets, which is the new thing. Definitely, I've been using them lots and lots of. I've used them in a match because they've been allowed. It's always been fishery pellets. Yeah. But we've used them when we've been out, and I've used them a couple of times when we've been out.
It's mad how they stay intact in that form, isn't it?
They break down different. We're going to show you. That's the next step. I think that's what we do now. Let's do that, Rich. We get some tubs. I'm going to show you just exactly what they do. So using a combination of the 1 milli pellets, because they break down in such a lovely, different way, a non-active, slow way.
Just everything.
They're like a hybrid. They're a ground bait pellet hybrid. That's what I'm calling them.
Hybrid on the hybrid.
Hybrid on that.
Imagine if we caught an hybrid on the
hybrid on a hybrid with hybrids.
With hybrid. Imagine that. There's every chance on here.
Oh, I like that. That one. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I'm going to show you. But what I believe now is my ultimate sexy presentation for little fish on a method feeder.
Love it, mate.
What we're going to talk about first? I want to talk about pellets first, and then I'm going to have a little demonstration at what's right and what's wrong, or why they're fixing things for me. Firstly, 1 mils. They're like, I reckon they've designed these for you and me.
They're just
wally proof.
They're amazing.
They're just wally proof. You just can't mess them up. They're just dead easy. Literally, whack them in water, cover them in water, count to 30, drain the water off.
It should be Andy May's 1 mil pellet. Proper bulletproof, just amazing.
You can't, but yeah, drain them off. But when you drain them off, squeeze them. Get them in a bowl, squeeze all the water out, throw them in a bucket. 20 minutes later, they're done. And they are the sexiest, easiest pellets in the world.
They're just amazing. They don't go ahead, Jay lad, feed the squirrels.
That was right in
they don't like break. They don't sort of go to a mush or a ground.
It doesn't matter how hard you squeeze them.
They're going to break.
They still go to or pellets, they're just mega. But anyway, right, they're the first step because they break down differently and they don't knock your bait about.
Because of the size of them.
Because they're like ground bait, they hold it where it wants to be. Whereas 1 milli pellets can be a bit, not 1 milli pellets, 2 millis softened up, can be a bit bouldery, a bit knocky abouty.
Yeah.
It's hybrid, ground bait hybrid. That's what I'm plugging it off as. So firstly, what I've done, I've whacked on a conventional 6 mil wafter. Yeah?
Yeah, boy.
That is
Yeah, boy.
what you'd have to use with a big rook.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 mil seems to be. Are these 6 mil? I'm sure they're sold as 6 mil, those ones, aren't
6
they?
mil.
Yeah. The conventional ones are sold as 6 mil.
Bandon wafters.
Are they sold as 6 mils? So yeah, they're the smallest wafters before these ones became available. So if you whack that one in, as I would, beautifully, when that one gets released, it doesn't do what you want it to do. It does not stay there. Very messy loading
so
of the pellets.
So this is like a rolling down the side, you want what you don't want in it.
It's just a poppy
Jamie,
off the
what are you doing? Wasting our pellets. Come on, mate.
Aren't I at all? Jake's going to shout at me for wasting stuff. So I'm going to drop him in. And you see, when he's there, I'm going to look and I know it'll happen. Yeah? The little thingy, it'll get released and it'll pop out. Yeah, in about 25 seconds time. Yeah?
Yeah.
So he's coming.
He's having it. He's going to show himself.
He's going.
Hey,
there you go. Horrendous. Look at that. Horrendous. Yeah? Pops right out. Nasty. Not nice.
Yeah, no, he's gone. That's
not
it.
what we want at all.
The difference with this other one now is phenomenal.
Well, next one, get me a new tub, clean that so it looks sexy.
Go on the white boxes.
I didn't need to do that for this one, but anyway. Right, I'll save him, put him back on. Shall I put another yellow? Let's put a yellow one on again.
To keep it like continuous, you're putting a yellow one on.
Just looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
The difference though is just like.
Right, little babble one on. I'd say I've got an 18. What have I got on that? An MXC3 I've got on that. It's like medium gaugey, nice and light.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing fancy.
More length on, like a 0.14, 0.15 or something.
I've got 16 on that
So
one.
we'll talk about that later, can't we? Like how you've got to have balanced tackle.
Here we go. I'll probably put a little layer on so he pops out quick.
Okay. So he's going to be like,
you. Yeah, that one just, it stays
like
on the pile, which is what we've babbled about for ages. It's why I've used hard ones in the past.
Yes.
Not hard ones, sinking ones in the past.
Sinking ones, so they stay on that.
So these stay. That's why I'm a big fan, and I still am for any, if I want a big rook bait.
It's just.
Yeah, but now I get a wafter and it stays.
Oh,
Cherry
mate,
on the top.
It's amazing.
Right in the middle, all beautiful, isn't it? It just looks right. It stays where you want it to do.
Yeah, so fish comes in, nails it, ba-doing, it's on. It's that little pile. And it's like you couldn't get much more perfectly formed piles.
No, that is what I want. Beautiful, stays there, sinks, doesn't pop up, stays where we want. Job done. You're being rude, I missed that. So I'm not even going to go there.
I was talking about perfectly formed piles.
Oh,
sorry, I don't know what's going on today.
Right, so yeah, with that done, I'm going to catch fish.
Mate, it's time we did catch a fish.
Let's chuck a fish and have a little babble about where we're chucking it and all that. So, fishing your bit, Andrew.
Go on, Jay, lad.
And it's proving a bit rubbish.
Catches a fish, Jay, come on.
I've been trying, I've just caught a lovely roach. I'm going to chuck it to the island while we're playing, but...
I've got a lovely roach.
I've got a lovely roach. But anyway...
So that's why we're on balanced tackle, isn't it, Jay?
Balanced
which we can lead into, mate.
But that's what I do want to talk about. Go a little bit technical. See, the main emphasis is that I'm putting on the me little sexy wafters being able to do the waftery thing that we've been missing. So that's what I've got on. I mean, all little sexy. I've still got the same yellow one on, ready to go. Did I take my clip off then? Oh, I don't know if I took clip off then. I'm going to look.
I know.
Who knows what might happen here?
Actually.
I think I did.
I saw you fiddling with something, Jamie, so I think
I'm going to load that. Ready, load. I'm just going to squash the bottom a bit to make sure my hooks doesn't pop up. Right, and he's going to the island. But the key things with kit, size of feeder, up to you, but I want a little one. Yeah, I want either a little diddy one.
Yeah.
Even maybe a pellet feeder. Or little diddy, methody hybrid type things. You know what I mean? The amount of bait you want to feed.
What would dictate whether you use a pellet feeder or a hybrid? What even method?
The first one that I found in my box.
Is it?
Look, most of the time, I'm going to go pellet feeder most of the time.
See, I've changed it. I'm back on methods now. It's weird, isn't it? I don't think I've ever used pellet feeders, to be fair.
Depends how much bait you want to feed on it. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
How much bait. So today I've gone with a medium-ish sort of pile.
Yeah, like that.
Little 20 grammer because it's nice and light.
Say what weight we're on. But it's this as well, isn't it? Your rod, your line, obviously your hook length. And your hook
let me get rid of it and then we'll thingy. Let me talk about that.
Get rid of it. Cast it in the right
I've got no glasses on, so let me know if it hits water.
Oh, mate,
what did I say?
perfect.
On the post, I said, Rich. Can't teach that.
Beautiful, that, Jay.
So anyway, kit-wise,
yeah,
and little intimacy method feeder fishing, yeah, it has to be right. It is. If you use the wrong kit, if you use too angry kit, line and rods and that,
just gone, isn't it? Even potentially on like the bite on the take, innit? It's just like
you just lose loads of fish, don't you?
Yeah.
Look, you lose loads. That might be on.
Have you got one on?
Oh, it must be
Was
dead
it flying
slopey
down
there, because that dropped them when we...
Was it?
Oh, chuck
I
a
mean,
bit to the right.
the worst thing about them is I forgot what I was going to say now because I thought you had a fish on, Jay.
Having heavy kit.
Using heavy gear, especially like the size that we're after, like, you know, potentially lots of little stockies that we could catch today.
Yeah.
Is getting them on normal gear. How often do they fall off when you're winding them back?
All the time. It's like Carasio
your
fishing,
feed is
innit?
too heavy or your hook's too big. They're like that all the way back.
Yeah, it's here, isn't it? They go, rod up in the air.
Yeah.
So first thing, little diddy rod. So I don't know what you're using, but I want
10-foot little bomb rod, are you?
Yeah, size is how far you're going to chuck it in it. But
Yeah, boy.
10 foot, but bomb rod, not feeder rod.
Definitely.
So very soft. I mean, just a lot lighter.
Again, we're at that time of year now. The fish still haven't proper woken up, have they?
No.
So if we do hook something large, it's just going to bubble
You
around
still
a
land
bit.
the 10 pounder. You just got
course
to take
you
your
can.
time. But it's them little ones. It's not losing these ones. You know what I mean? Under me rod. So very soft, bomby type rods. A bit softer rods. Often like cheaper rods are better.
Yeah.
I mean, you often find that the lower ranges in rods that a lot of companies do,
Definitely.
bit softer, a bit floppier, they can be better for it. But if not, I'd say bomb rod's the next sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then mainline, I'm weird, aren't I? In that I think I want to be Will raising all the time.
I know, so you need to talk us through that. But obviously, first thing you're doing there, obviously making sure your line's sunk, yeah?
Yeah,
Most important thing.
That all nice, not too tight. All
And
just
then
sexy.
talk us
That's
through
fun.
why you're on these shot leaders, and
Because it's angry and nice in that, I'm contradicting what I'm saying, it wants to be sexy, but I like having a shock leader on, so I've got £6 line and then a £10 shock leader. I literally don't not use a shock leader anymore for any bomb or method feeder.
So that's when you get obviously the thicker line through your rod rings. When it's here, you can
pull. It's two things, isn't it? It's hopefully we'll be able to show it as a catch a fish, but you crank it in, you feel you're not ticking through, you know where the fish is. So I get that tick, 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 tick. If I'm keeping my rod really low, feel they're not coming through, lift up net fish.
Yeah, I like that.
Or I can pull its flipping brains out under my net if I need to. Because I go from having nice delicate lines.
Jamie, what happened the last time you did that? You just talked about the fish oil qualifier.
But it's maybe not with this, with little hooks and that.
Yeah, definitely.
But a shock leader when I've got big hooks as well, then I can really
That's the only
get
time I'd ever use shot leaders for like whacking it 50 yards plus, you know what I mean?
Big chucking.
Yeah.
It just has.
Oh, mate, I can
it doesn't do any
completely see why.
damage.
Will's been on it for years and years, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. I'm liking shock leader for everything. For commercial world, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
It's just, it makes things nice. Right, I need a fish now.
Come on, the fishies.
I've not a lot to talk about. You mean all I can do to make me peg better?
What
is
about
regular
casting frequency, Jay?
For what we're doing,
5 or
I think
6
we do,
minutes. What are you
Is that-
saying, or longer? You in the long? Oh, hey up, and
See
now
what
then.
happens, innit? Yeah,
Bit
I'd
of an
probably
inquiry.
start off now because we're early. What are we? Oh,
Go
that
on,
was
Jay,
a
lad.
roach, wasn't it? That was a roach.
Have you got a
bite.
roach?
No, but
Or was it a roach?
it was very
That was a
roachy.
proper.
I
Ba-doing!
was very keen.
So what were you only casting, like 5 or 6 minutes or longer?
Probably
Or?
like 3 or 4 to start with,
Yeah,
and then increase it
quicker
if
ones?
nothing's happening.
and then calm down after that, yeah?
It depends if you're getting indications or not. If nothing's happening, leave it. I think you need like 5 or 6 casts, see if you get fishing peg,
Yeah,
and then
and then it's your...
if nothing's happening, then I'd probably come off it.
Yeah.
It happens quick. I mean, you could ping over the top and all that sort of stuff. Can't take your time.
Beautiful, Jamie.
But yeah, you've just got to hope you have it. We've just unfortunately come a week late, haven't we? Last week it was 18 degrees and rigid.
When we were doing like the practice testing just before, folks, that should have been this now, shouldn't it, when we've had them couple of fish?
Yeah,
Ruined it. You catched them all, haven't you, Jay, lad?
Yes.
I mean, catched them all.
it's just winter again. It's decided. Nah, not being spring yet. I'm
But
being winter.
that is a lovely little trap.
Yes.
Loving. It's just like, you've seen how it looks in that tub, folks. It's just...
That's all you
proper.
want in it. It's confidence. I'm a nightmare for it that it's got to look good in your bite pole, wherever it's gone.
Yeah, mum.
Because if it doesn't look good out there, then you're not getting a bite.
No.
And if you can do it very quickly and idiot-proof again, so we get it right, because then
Yeah.
pellets do the same thing every single go.
Yeah.
And the little boilie, or the little wafter, stays in every single go,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
I mean, as long as you take your time, load it central and all that, it does stay. It doesn't. You don't get the odd one ping off.
No.
And you want to be able to do that. You don't want to be thinking about it, especially this type of feeder fishing where it's quite fast.
Yeah.
Well, not flipping now, it's not. But do you know what I mean? When it
Yeah.
starts rocking up in it, it's little fish. You're getting bites instantly, aren't you? It's
Yeah.
normally in and rattled and round. You don't want to be spending flipping 2 or 3 minutes loading a feeder.
No, definitely.
You want to just
Rattle, innit?
done. And if you can
And
do
it's
that,
very, very sort of non-selective as well with the fish, Jay, innit? We're going to catch pretty much everything on it. We're going to
Yeah,
catch
we
the skimmers and the little babby cruies and things like that, and
yeah,
what's
everything.
F1s and carp. But again, you know, because it's balanced, we're going to get the great big wobbly things as well.
Yes, that's what it's for, innit? Catch everything.
Hey up, go on the fishes.
Go on. See,
That's Mel bringing us
Mel
up.
rocks up,
Every
brings
time.
a fish. Hey,
Every time Mel rocks up, we get a bat. You just stay there, Mel.
let's not get excited. He's only brought us a roach.
It don't matter, it's a fish.
Oh no, it's not. It's a big roach. Have we got one?
Go on the road.
Roach.
Or is it one of his stockies? Or is it Skimmery Bob? But again, just shows you balance gear.
Just
Catches everything, we just
innit?
said, isn't it?
That's what it's aimed at, innit? Little fishies.
Go on the
What have we got?
skimmers.
Skim Bob Square Pan.
Who needs 2 milli pellets, eh? J lad, 1 milli bristles. Get on thigh, big
What
catch
it is,
everything
it's,
swimming.
that is like perfect example. If he's in bottom of the lip, then it's just mission completed.
That's
He's all rough him.
Oh, bottom lip, right, come on, we're going pub.
Pub.
Done, dusted.
Pub,
Nailed
pub.
it, J lad. Pub,
It's a muck.
pub.
But yeah,
Good
they're the sort of fish in it. Probably a bit bigger than that, like.
mate, good as an instant,
But
that.
catching skin bobs, little fish, the most perfectest method in the world for a busy day's feeder fishing, innit?
Yes,
We're
please.
using bait that I haven't been able to use before. It's a bit exciting. Really, I'm just sulking that I've never had a wafter and now I have. That's all it is. I'm just
Yeah, but
excited
it's
that,
right,
yeah.
though, innit? You know what I mean? It's another method for you to
It's just being
go and
able to
win
use
lots of
something
things
that
with.
I'd lost confidence in.
Blooming.
So, took 3.5 weeks to get one, but got one, Andrew.
Mate, proper enough. It's a ghosty one.
He's-
Go on, the ghosty one.
He's a ghosty.
But this is the kind of fish that we're on about, innit?
Yeah.
These fish that always fall off when you're fishing that little bit
They are.
overgunned.
They're the ones, aren't
Bigger
they?
hooks, them just fall off when you're like,
They're the ones. He's like in the corner, him.
oh mate,
He's like trying to get rid of it, but didn't. So we got one in the end. Got a pretty one.
nice little ghosty that, mate.
What? Little fish. What? Yeah. Little fish on a method, innit? That's what
He's
we're catching.
1 pound and 1 ounce, him, isn't he?
Yes. Beautiful. Nice little fat one, just like me. Oh,
Not
big-
anymore, J lad.
Yeah, I've still got a
Mate, lots of stones gone with you, Jamie. You know what I mean?